Hello, I'm Ben Livid. Now, a popular Star Wars related topic floating around the internet is Grey Jedi. These guys are pretty cool. Oh, they walk both sides of the Force. They're morally neutral. Well, that's not exactly what Grey Jedi really is. So, in this video, I will get into the discussion of what a Grey Jedi actually is and what people are actually really thinking of when they're referring to a morally neutral Force character. So, let's get into it.
I'd like to start off by saying that the actual term of Grey Jedi has actually never been used throughout the entire Star Wars universe. It has never been said, nor has it been referenced throughout the entire Star Wars canon, which has been up to date circa 2012, nor has it been used throughout the entire expanded universe, which was relabeled as Star Wars Legends after the Disney purchase. And I understand why a lot of it contradicted itself, but the stories were really good and strong. But that's beside the point. Anyway, the only time the term Grey Jedi was ever used was in the Star Wars guidebook, The Jedi Path. More on that later. Now, referring back to that misconception I was mentioning earlier, people seem to think that a Grey Jedi is a morally neutral character that walks on the middle ground between the dark side and the light. Now, while there have been Jedi similar to this, there's really never been a Jedi exactly like this. Because if you're a Jedi and you walk between the dark side and the light, then you're not really a Jedi. Following that point, this iconic image that comes up whenever someone types up Grey Jedi is really just a piece of fan art, and the subject of that fan art is a character from a video game who is merely placed in a setting with lightsabers and slightly adjusted to look like he belongs in Star Wars. In addition, there's really no Grey Jedi code. The one you see right here is no exception. It was written by a fan, as is likely every other Grey Jedi code you will find online. It's simply an amalgamation written combining the elements from both the Jedi and Sith codes. Now, referring back to the Book of the Jedi Path, it's an interesting field guide referring to the lifestyle that every Jedi must become accustomed to, how they must be trained, their upbringings, the relationships they have with other Jedi, their masters, and the general public, as well as their entire history and the code that they live by. Each page comes with written notes in each margin written by separate Jedi characters, showing the personalities they have and what they think of the information that's being presented. And as I mentioned earlier, this book is the only piece of Star Wars lore where the actual term Grey Jedi is really ever used, referring to rogue Jedi characters and stating how only some refer to them as Grey Jedi. Those some I'm assuming being very religious Star Wars citizens, or simply just the author thinking of a unique name to have fans obsess over. Now, when referring to rogue slash Grey Jedi, I don't really think the book is referring to Jedi that want to kill everyone just because their masters betrayed them, or they want power, or they want the girl. No, I don't think the book is talking about the clone of Starkiller, although it could just as easily be talking about that. The book is most likely referring to Jedi who basically do what they believe to be right, rather than what the Jedi Code stipulates, because of their own set of moral values. Because the Jedi Code can be very restricting and can prevent Jedi from doing what's necessary to finish the job. Now, keeping that in mind, there are a few semi-well-known characters that could be considered Grey Jedi based on the free-thinking personas that they possessed, such as Qui-gon Jinn, a Jedi Master who constantly went against the wishes of the Jedi Council in order to follow his own instincts as well as the will of the Force in order to do what was the right thing. Quinlan Voss, a kind of blunt-talking Jedi outcast who did not fear attachment and would do any and all things necessary in order to complete his mission. Even kill if he needed to, or if he was just pissed off. And Ahsoka Tano, as seen near the end of the Clone Wars and in Star Wars Rebels, as a Jedi exile who left the Jedi Order in order to seek her own sense of peace and justice throughout the galaxy, primarily through becoming a rebellious galactic terrorist against an admittedly tyrannical but peaceful and productive galactic empire. Just saying. Dang it, I'm in no position to judge. Now, were Grey Jedi perfect? No, not in the slightest. But at least they were willing to break the Jedi code in order to do what they thought was right to get the job done. And if more Jedi in the galaxy were more like them and had a more realistic outlook on the universe, then maybe, just maybe, they would have been able to figure out that sweet old man Palpatine was really an evil Sith Lord all along that was manipulating the entire galaxy. I mean, look at that face. He's so evil. And then, maybe, just maybe, Order 66 never would have happened, and all the cool Jedi, including Plo Koon, wouldn't have died. And then the galaxy wouldn't have been ruled by a guy who looked like he had liposuction on his face. At least Ayla Secura is dead. Never liked her. She seemed kind of heartless to me. I mean, she told Ahsoka to leave Anakin, and it didn't really seem like a Jedi way to show a lack of compassion like that. I guess she was focusing on the mission, but come on, who could be that heartless? God. Putting my hatred of Ayla Secura aside and returning to the relevant topic, to elaborate, Grey Jedi are morally ambiguous. Grey Jedi are not morally neutral. However, there is a group of morally neutral individuals that exist in the Star Wars universe. They are known as the Bindu Order. Also called the Order of Dai Bindu, the Bindu Order stood in the middle of the Force, between the Ashla and the Bogan, the light and the dark. Oh god, I hate that symbol. Like, I get it's the Sith symbol, it's supposed to be dark and stuff, but it's like so without character. It's so basic and plain. I just don't like it. But, you know, it's the Sith symbol, what you gotta do. Ah, yes, that's so much better. I like that symbol better. It's much more intricate and makes more sense. And it also happens to be the symbol of the Bindu Order, as seen here carved on one of the Bindu temple pyramids on Tython. The Republic and then the Empire adopted this symbol to use, for reasons unbeknownst to me. Now, the question is raised, is the Bindu Order still canon? Well, that is yet to be seen. However, the Bindu is canon when referring to the character who calls himself the Bindu in Star Wars Rebels. The Bindu in Star Wars Rebels claims to embody the same amount of force centering and balance that the Bindu Order did. It's not exactly fun, but I like trivia. It's interesting to me. Anyway, interestingly enough, the voice actor for the Bindu in Star Wars Rebels is the British actor Tom Baker, who portrayed the Fourth Doctor in Doctor Who, making him the second Doctor to appear as a Star Wars character. The first Doctor appearing as a Star Wars character being David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, appearing as the droid Jedi character of Hu Yang. Hu Yang was a 1,000-year-old droid lightsaber craftsman who had a database of nearly every lightsaber ever made, since he helped construct each and every one personally. He was a very interesting character. I liked the lore behind him, and I loved him as a character. He was very snarky, and the arc that he showed up in with the Padawans was one of my favorite arcs in the Clone Wars. Anyway, with all that being said, as a side suggestion, you should probably go and watch Doctor Who. It's a very good program. It's been around for over 50 years. Revolves around a storyline of an alien who calls himself the Doctor, traveling throughout all of time and space in a big blue box called the TARDIS that's bigger on the inside. It's a very interesting program. It sounds campy and all over the place, but it works. And, you know, it's very popular. People love it. So I would say go and watch that. It's very good. And if you do start watching it, I highly suggest you start watching it from the episodes that came out in 2005, because that's when the show was rebooted. It also makes it easier to follow, considering that you're following a storyline that lasts for over 50 years. So you should probably watch from 2005 to now, and then go back to 1963 if you want to finish the entire old series, but that's entirely your choice.
Well, that's it. What do you think of my explanation? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did I piss off a lot of fanboys? Or did I cover the topic pretty well? Let me know. Give me some constructive feedback. And if there's a Star Wars related question or topic that you'd like me to cover in a future video, comment that and, maybe I'll do it. But, yeah, that's about it. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share this video, and please follow my Facebook and Instagram pages at BenLividCosplay. I will leave the links to those in the description. But, that's it. And until next time, I'm Ben Livid, and may the Force be with you. Oh, it's a purple lightsaber. See, it's a purple lightsaber.